Upon the release of Legio Equestris, it garnered 300 and over plays in less than a day. That's impressive from a new channel. But there was a historical error that needed rectification thanks to a viewer who notified us. As such, we had to take the video down and reboot. Thanks again, we welcome your support. In the twilight of the Roman Republic, when the world quaked beneath the feet of Rome's legions, there rose a unit so fierce, so legendary, that their name would forever be etched into the annals of history. Legio Equestris, Julius Caesar's most trusted and loyal legion, the 10th Legion of Julius Caesar. To speak of them is to speak of the men who carved out an empire with steel and unshakable resolve, who followed Caesar through the mists of Gaul, across the roaring seas, and even into the heart of a civil war that would decide the fate of Rome itself. The story of Legio Equestris begins not in the marble halls of the Senate or the grand streets of Rome, but on a battlefield. It was the year 58 BCE, and Gaius Julius Caesar had been appointed governor of Gaul. As he prepared for war against the wild and formidable Gallic tribes, Caesar needed a legion that could stand as the backbone of his campaign, warriors who were not just skilled but utterly loyal to him. And so, from the ranks of newly raised men, he created the 10th Legion, the most elite of his forces, handpicked by Caesar himself. But what made Legio Equestris so special wasn't just their skill in battle, it was their bond with Caesar, a bond forged in blood and fire. While other generals commanded from the rear, Caesar was always at the front, fighting alongside his men, sharing in their hardships, earning their respect. He called them his comrades, and they in turn would follow him into the jaws of death without hesitation. It was said that when Caesar rode his horse into battle, it wasn't just an army that followed, it was the 10th Legion, an unstoppable force. One of the first tests of Legio Equestris came at the Battle of Bebract, where Caesar faced the Helvetii, a powerful Gallic tribe. Outnumbered and surrounded, Caesar called upon his 10th Legion to take the vanguard. The earth trembled as the legionaries marched in perfect formation, their shields locked, their swords gleaming in the sun. With a mighty roar, they charged into the Helvetii ranks, cutting through their enemies with brutal efficiency. Their discipline, their skill, their sheer force of will turned the tide of battle, and Caesar emerged victorious. From that day forward, Legio Equestris was not just any legion. They were Caesar's hammer, the weapon with which he would conquer Gaul. But the 10th Legion's greatest challenge awaited them far beyond the fields of Gaul. In 49 BCE, as the tides of politics shifted in Rome, Caesar faced a fateful decision. With his enemies in the Senate seeking to strip him of power, Caesar was left with two choices: to surrender his command and face certain ruin, or to march on Rome. Standing on the banks of the Rubicon River, Caesar turned to his 13th Legion, another powerful force, choosing to rest the 10th, and uttered the immortal words, "Alea iacta est," the die is cast. And with that, they crossed the Rubicon together, plunging Rome into civil war. The loyalty of Legio Equestris during this time was unshakable. In battle after battle, from the plains of Italy to the shores of Spain, they fought with the same ferocity that had made them legends in Gaul. At the decisive Battle of Pharsalus in 48 BCE, Caesar faced the might of Pompey's vastly superior forces. Outnumbered once again, Caesar relied on the 10th Legion to anchor his line. As Pompey's cavalry swept around the flanks, threatening to crush Caesar's army, the 10th Legion stood firm like a wall of iron. Their shields held, their swords struck true, and Pompey's forces were shattered. It was the 10th's indomitable spirit that carried Caesar to victory and cemented their place in history. What set Legio Equestris apart was not just their skill, but their adaptability. In the chaos of battle, when formations broke and plans crumbled, the 10th fought on with a raw, primal ferocity that could not be matched. They were Caesar's cavalry and infantry all at once, earning their nickname Equestris, meaning of the horse. They could charge on foot like the finest infantrymen or ride into battle with the speed and force of a cavalry unit, making them versatile and deadly in any combat scenario. Their victories came not just from their generals' brilliant tactics, but from their own unmatched discipline and fearlessness. Whether it was storming enemy fortifications, enduring brutal winter campaigns, or marching through foreign lands with no rest, the 10th never wavered. They had become more than a legion, they were a brotherhood bound not just to each other but to Caesar himself. The very mention of their name struck terror into the hearts of their enemies, for they knew that where Legio Equestris fought, defeat was inevitable. But perhaps their greatest legacy was not the wars they won or the lands they conquered, but the role they played in shaping the course of history. Without the loyalty and strength of the Legio Equestris, Caesar's rise to power may have faltered and the world might have never known the Roman Empire as we do today. They were more than soldiers, they were the instruments of fate, shaping the destiny of Rome itself. Even in death, the memory of Legio Equestris endures. Their story, like that of Caesar, is one of ambition, loyalty, and the unbreakable bond between a general and his men. They were the tip of the spear, the shield that protected Rome, and the sword that carved out its empire. When the eagles of the 10th Legion took to the battlefield, it wasn't just their enemies that trembled, it was history itself shifting beneath the weight of their might. Whenever you think of the great legions of Rome, remember Legio Equestris, the 10th Legion, the chosen warriors of Julius Caesar, who marched not for glory alone but for the man they believed in. Their story is the story of Rome, its rise, its fall, and its immortal legacy.